What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow podcast brothers, Dorian, the D.A. Alberton, James, the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, and Daryl, D-Dub Warren. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel. Sports Chasers Podcast. We can be found on all podcast platforms, plus all social media platforms by searching Sports Chasers Podcast. All information is in our bio. Please be advised, at times there may be some explicit and colorful language. We are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope everybody's doing well. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast coming to you live and direct. It's another Thursday night for us to talk and chat about sports, talk about it passionately. We got a lot of things to get into tonight. As you can see, I'm going to let y'all meet the crew. I'm going from left to right on your screen. Left to right on your screen, we got the DA. DA, what's up there, sir? What's going on, bro?
Hey, happy Thursday, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's get into it, man. I'm going to be short because Madison's here. She told me to shut the blank up. So I'm shutting up.
We'll introduce Madison in a little bit. Dan, our hockey dude, he's here tonight. Dan, what's going on, brother? How are you?
Not much, man. What's going on? Good to see everybody. Freaking Canes just scored to make it 1-1.
Okay. Got you. Hey, we have a special guest, as we said, as we got it here on our list of things to do tonight. We got Madison. Madison is the daughter of Dan, our hockey dude, and she's here tonight to talk about youth sports, youth hockey to be exact. And she actually played youth hockey, and she also, I believe I got my bio here in front of me. She's actually coached also. Madison. Introducing Madison. Madison, what's going on? How are you? We can't see you. Where you go? Are you there? Can she hear us? Okay, Daddy's gonna get her. Oh, there she goes.
There it is. And then he goes back in the room, huh? Like a troll.
This is awesome. Madison, tell everybody what's going on. How are you tonight?
Good. It's Thursday, almost Christmas. Hope everybody's to be here.
Good. We're so glad to have you. One of the things that the DA wanted to do, and I guess we're doing it tonight, starting to do it tonight, he wanted to, and we'll probably have you back to do something as far as youth sports. And you're one of us, I guess, our second person to actually come on here and talk about youth sports. And just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I started playing hockey when I was 10, so 11 years. I've always co-ed, female, I've everything in between. So, I mean, missed. Other than that, full-time student, work.
Gotcha.
Hard life of dads due to kids.
So, so you said you started playing. What age you started playing hockey? Well, first of all, I got to ask this question. I'm gonna put your dad on the spot. Was you made to play hockey, or did you want to play, or did you love to play hockey? Was Dad one of those dads?
He was not. So it started out. And they did the hometown hero game, and so after that, I kind of watched it. And 1 year when I was older, and, understood the concept of hockey, what it was more about, and not just the game. I decided I wanted to, and it took a little time to convince, because obviously it can be very expensive. As you can see, I convinced him pretty well. So I started when I
Yes.
was 10 and driving because to me personally it was a little too girly in my. So I was like, let's try this. So I did. At the time when I started, there was a girls program that I had joined yet. It was more of like house league. And as I got a little older, to an all girls program. That did take some time.
Gotcha. Yeah, you had something. Go ahead, sir.
So the all girls program, I'll just start in North Carolina. Is there a lot of that there, or did you guys have to like wait extra weeks to find games because maybe you wouldn't have games, or?
So, ironically, girls in the state of North Carolina alone to make an entire team. So we ended up pulling Georgia and North Carolina, and I believe South Carolina at one point to make one. So we were traveling from, sometimes in Roanoke to do Praco, Indian Trail. It just depended on, where the majority of those girls were to get ice time.
So you guys are kind of like a forced travel team.
Yes, we did spend a lot of time. I would say probably out of the whole month travel to just practice because of how difficult it was to get, which usually a travel team does for at least boys and the girls. But back then there wasn't really much down here in the South. But if York, PA, or Maryland, DC, where we played, there was at least there just because it was more popular. They had more ice time. It's colder.
So has it grown? Have you? Well, since you played or first started, have you seen growth in North Carolina?
So for the North Carolina combined team with the 4 states, there is now 3 girls teams out of one facility for one program.
Congrats.
So it's out of Indian Trail.
Yes.
So we have a 10 to 12U, and a 16 to 19U because girls goes to 19U instead of 18. But a full 3 teams that play all girls teams, whether it's Atlanta. It's grown a lot considering that there's girl programs in Florida now, as you can get on the East Coast. So it was really exciting to see when I was at the opportunity to see how much the program had grown from one small team that had versus 3 teams at all different age levels, and you could play from.
Wow. So let me ask you this, Madison. How was it playing co-ed? Well, first of all, when you got really good at it, because I know you was very good at it. What position did you play?
So I started out older and did co-ed. The boys got taller and stronger, so I switched up because I was not particularly in the mood to take pucks to the face.
Yeah.
Because I, to be honest, and I mean, I'm short. I'm 4'10" and 3/4, and I haven't grown for 7 years. So I straight in, headshot out of pucks.
So Dan is showing the picture. I believe is that you getting an award, Madison? Looks like a trophy.
Yes. So
okay,
that was.
Go ahead.
My senior of 2019, and so out of Extreme Center, they do, but they take all the high school kids and try to base them on where the school they go to has enough kids for a whole team. Marvin Ridge did at the time, but other schools that didn't, Butler and Independence together. So this was senior year after we had sophomore year to the finals, to the championship game, and lost. And senior year, we made it all. And I was so happy to hold this thing because in size comparison, it is absolutely. But to just do something and work 4 years for that and pull it off is quite a.
Madison, we got a little audio problem with your thing. Hold on one second as we just try a little something right here. If you would just adjust, are you using a mic or are you using your? Yeah, you might need a. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yes, now we can hear you. Yes.
Okay.
hmm So go ahead. I'm sorry.
What did you hear last?
I just heard a lot of, but we were talking about you was talking about your award and you got it in 2019.
Freshman year and sophomore year, we made it to the championship game. We lost, but to work from freshman year to senior year and actually, pull off that the seniors on that team that was there from the start and worked that 4 years to get it. It was truly mean. I know that the trophy looks about the same size as me, but just to enjoy that moment, especially with being on a co-ed team, just being able to who we were just hockey players.
That's real cool. Like you can't beat that.
That's awesome,
Like,
man.
really
That's really awesome.
So I was coaching. Were you
Coaching
that coach?
was
Were you
good.
that coach that you hated? Were you the coach that you hated?
No. So girls and coaching boys is a lot different because their development for when they peak and understand the concepts and drills usually between the ages of 12 and 14. For boys, it's usually between the 18 because puberty plays a role into that as well. But coaching, developing these skills, I did push them because I wanted them to and be able to take full opportunity of what the program and what's. But a lot of the times it was more of I'm here as a mentor, I'm here as a friend, I'm here, come to me, but I'm also going to push you how far I know I can push you because I know you can do.
Got you. Did Dad ever come to practice?
He did. Words were skate your ass off, or skate blue paint, or stick down blue paint was the famous one that I got a lot. it was a love-hate relationship because at the same time it depended on my mood and obviously like your dad's griping at you instead of like a coach. I gave him a hard time about it sometimes, but definitely he did help push me and it made me okay, this makes sense now why he was griping on me because I'm now griping on these girls to push themselves and do the best they can.
Give me a funny story where you while Dad was coaching you or whenever you was doing hockey. Give me a good funny story. What you got?
This one's a good one, and I'm about to embarrass you. And I'm sorry, Dad. I love you, but this is great. So we were in Maryland, PA, or York, PA, and we've been there this year. There's a speed hump, not a bump. Like it's a big hump. He flies over it, and the car goes into the air. So the next following year, and I'm in the back seat giggling my butt off because he didn't realize it, and faster than he did the year before towards the rink, and the whole hockey bag comes up, all the drinks flying over the speed bump.
Yeah, thanks, Madison.
So you thought you was
good one.
So instead of you thought you was going to amusement park instead of playing hockey.
Dan was just 1,000 miles an hour over the speed hump there.
Yeah,
Hey,
and
It was it was definitely that one and it's when I was asleep on the way to hockey. That's a good one too.
Gotcha. Who's your favorite hockey player?
I know I'm gonna get griped about this one because
Please tell me it's a Ranger.
No,
absolutely
no fucking
not.
way.
Not a chance.
I know
Not a chance
I'm about
of
to
that.
get griped on it. Yeah, no, the other day, but it's got to be Sidney Crosby. Reasons, not just because I think he's a great player. When I was 5 years old, so watching hockey with my dad and watching hockey throughout the years, I've grown up with this bro as a hockey player. And I do have to say he is by far, not simply because he's great at the game, but he puts his team in. He puts his team first. He makes them better. He gives back to the community with youth hockey, and he overall enjoys it and comes back, and it's not just to do.
Right. I do have one last question though, and
Yeah.
So where have you seen hockey, at least high school youth hockey in North Carolina? Like, do you think how long it'll be until we'll get like to high school hockey? And I know it's an expensive thing, but we got a lot of rich people here now. I don't think we'll have like individual rinks for schools. They'll probably rink up at specific places where there's a rink where you can have multiple games. Look at this dude. Golly, freaking shit. Boy, I tell you. But do we see a time, maybe the next 10, 15 years, and maybe we got high school hockey here?
I would
at least in the state, maybe.
I would think, because in that kind of area, they do have it. I'm hoping in like 15 years, Matt grow enough to be able to do that, especially with having, Pineville and Extreme Ice Center and facility. So to be able to have, like not just Mecklenburg County, but Union County schools that would like to do it. I think the hardest part about getting it done is cover ice time, just like any kind of travel or house, and getting super late, and making sure you have the right coaches and all that. But I definitely could see it being done. It's just whether to be interested and willing to try it before they get to high school being able to give them that opportunity, because I know a lot of the schools around here have that kind of drive for hockey. It's more of football, your soccer. But I feel like if there's some sort of coach, how they do the college career day, where they do sports in a sense, I think that it might be able to grow. It's just going to come down to a lot of fun to be able to play.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I can see it happening. I don't know. I grew up in a place where hockey was already there, right? So it was never if and when in New York. Like, it's just what was there. So, like, I can understand the rink time and ice time and schools having to come practice, and how much practice time you'll have to have for, 3 or 4 different schools. But that doesn't work unless the youth gets to practice first, and then they get old enough, and then it makes sense, and then they can play high school hockey. So, understood. Yeah, I would love to see it happen, though.
Oh, I would too, especially like have never played in their life, and they were in high school and they wanted to play. It's not just like specific age. I think it all starts from when that love. And what's really cool and what I really appreciated was there is now Try Hockey for Free programs with females and males and co-ed, so that if the parent time to say, okay, is this something really my kid's gonna do? Can you try out the gear on, try it, and if it is something they want to pursue before spending, it allows them to go that avenue.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think even if they could pursue the co-ed hockey as far as high school kids, just to keep it, a lot of involvement, a lot of people playing, until there becomes a time where they can break it apart. But I think it would be cool. So.
No, absolutely, I agree.
No, that's exciting. Let me point this question towards your dad here. Dan, what's a good funny story for Madison when you was coaching her, when y'all was traveling the world playing hockey? What you got?
I will go back to the same BS that she pointed up. Besides the speed bump, probably now looking back on it, one of the funniest things that ever happened when we were traveling, there's 2. One was that same tournament that one of the dads, his daughter fell, and the other team was trying to the girl that they bumped into was trying to stamp on her with the skate, which that shit is sharp as hell.
Damn.
And he was smacking on the glass, and he had like a titanium ring or some shit, but like it busted out the glass on the side of the rink.
Wow.
And the other team's like, no, we're too intimidated, we can't play. So we ended up missing out on going to the championship game because they were too big of skirts to play after that happened. The second one was Charleston, South Carolina. It was in an old Kmart, and they had a couple rinks, one on either side, and then they had one like a dry land outside. But at the hotel, Maddie, you probably remember this, but Abby's mother decided to put some popcorn, microwave popcorn in the microwave in the lobby. And instead of putting 2 minutes, she put 20 minutes.
Holy.
And this shit lit the fire alarms off through the entire hotel. They had to exit. Everybody had to exit the hotel. And then after they figured out it was popcorn, she's out there taking pictures with the fire department. It was absolutely fucking hilarious. But
20 minutes. Ugh. I hate burnt popcorn smell. Jeez.
Oh yeah, it was the smell was terrible, but it didn't really do anything. But like those times were probably some of the funnest times because the parents got to hang out, kids were running around the lobby and doing what they're doing. But at the end of the day, it was really good for everybody. And I had to put this on, because I thought that was the thing to do every time, your team starts winning. I saw the Giants shit come out after they won a couple games and they went down the shitter. But, we smoked the Rangers the other night 3-2. The Skirkin looked like, I don't know, college goalie. I don't know. I don't even know how to put it. But I just, want to point that out that,
Madison, I might be replacing your dad. Because this guy.
Well, I got one too. I got one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. The apple don't fall far from the tree.
I don't know. Everything got dark and it came back all penguiny.
Yeah, I know, right? Madison, one last question before we get out of here with this segment. Best game you ever had? Best game, can you remember?
There's been some really good games that like I've enjoyed. A really good game. So I think it really depends on if the good game qualifies as if you win. Overall was my last year playing girls travel. I ended up getting hurt and dislocating one of my ribs. And even I still played. And our team, it was like we were completing, we were making good passes, we were making plays, and it like almost everybody on the team, including the goalie, didn't get a goal. And we ended up winning our very first ever champion all-girls game tournament. And it was, just to be able to do that with, 3 weekends a month and basically your family and you hockey and it's something you love. It was phenomenal to just be able to, see how from when we first started as a team to when we won.
It's kind of the essence of life, hard work, and you put that work in, and at the end of it, hopefully it'll pay off, and it paid off for you guys. What was the other one?
The other one, my very, very first goal ever, because I was not a goal, and it was my dad. I was there when it had happened too, and but I went to go. I had a breakaway, and then ended up falling and pulling the puck around over the pad, and I was, completely in awe that it had gone in, and I'm screaming. I'm, hitting up all my buddies on because they were all. I was playing, but it's happy for me because it's never happened. It was my very first one, and my mom and dad in shock, like not just shock, but just excitement because wanted it so bad and didn't. It definitely showed me of how much more I wanted.
Wow. What was Dad at? Did you look for Dad in the crowd? Was he yelling and screaming, jumping up and down? Right?
Oh yes,
absolutely.
As soon as I did it, I looked, and they're jumping up and down like they've just seen, something.
Like they won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
All I want to say, the point of the story is LeBron. Did you hear what my daughter did?
I knew
she played with cracked ribs. You freaking pussy.
I knew he was going there.
Am I wrong?
I mean,
am I wrong?
I let you have it. I heard that. I was like, wow, she's a girl and she's cracked ribs and she was at it.
Yep.
I mean,
don't stop.
That's right.
Don't stop. And I can say, the guy I'm dating now, he also grew up playing hockey. He ended up taking a skate, cut him open about a good 4 inches, and he finished his shift, bleeding out and everything. Got to finish the shift.
Navy SEAL.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Take that, NBA.
Madison, when we have this I don't even know what we call it, symposium, this thing that D is putting together with youth sports, would you come back and hang out with us again, please?
Of course, anytime. Just let me know.
Yes,
Absolutely.
ma'am,
Yes, I got your information now. Your dad no longer will be the middleman, and me and you will be in contact.
Absolutely.
Buddy, y'all give her a round of applause, man.
Right.
Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you.
it.
Thank you so much. And
Dad,
we thank you too.
Oh, don't thank me.
Oh, before you go, Madison, show everybody your sweatshirt. Hey, y'all, we're gonna be having our own merchandise. You see what Madison got on? Sports Chasers Podcast. She's got the sweatshirt. I got the short sleeve shirt. Yo, come January. Hold on, let me look directly in this camera. Come January, you will be able to go on our website, hit the Shopify button, go in there and purchase our stuff. Support us, man, because we're trying to do some really good stuff. As you can see, we got the youth sports. We talk about all types of sports, and we love this. And we just want you to support us and rock our gear, man. And it's good quality gear, no junk, no mess, nothing where you throw it in a washer. It's no good to you. You use it as a car wash rag the next day. No, none of that stuff. Good quality stuff.
Got that BOGO.
Yeah, I will say this: when I saw the one that you got her, that thing is fucking nice, man. It's a fleece. That one's really nice.
I'm right to lose weight to fit mine. Fucking Kevin.
Madison, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, man. She's Madison, man. Y'all give her a round of applause again, man. Thank you so much. Man, that was good, man. That was good. Good segment here. Hockey. Dan, before we step off hockey, anything else about hockey?
Just a couple things. I know we talked earlier in the year about Tortorella being the coach of the Flyers. And I guess the other night he set the leading scorer, Kevin Hayes, down as a healthy scratch. So, we'll keep an eye on this and see,
Fight in the locker room, Dan. Fight in the locker room.
It's all a matter of time before it implodes when he's doing shit like that. But I think it was the other night, Tampa and Toronto played, and there was some rough stuff, and stuff was getting out of hand. But the linesman actually just bullied the shit out of Benning for Toronto and pushed him off the ice. And you could actually read the guy's lips, like, what the fuck are you doing? But
right.
So, and the other thing is now Carolina is the top team in the Metro. And, it's one of those things that, you could play great, but at some time, you don't want to peak too early. And they're struggling a bit, and Carolina's not the top team. And we'll see what happens tonight with the Pens and Canes. Of course, we haven't beat the Canes this year. We're 0-2. They're up 2-1.
What's the score there?
2-1. So we'll see what happens. But hey, we don't give a shit as long as we beat the Rangers.
That's all.
Sing it! Come on, I want to hear the song. Sing it. Come on, I want to hear it. Sing it.
All right, man. We lost to you 3-2 tonight,
Yeah,
and D Dub is
where's
not here
Daryl?
tonight.
Where's
He's in
Daryl?
the
I'm not here to
comments.
sing.
D Dub is in the comments.
He said he's in the comics, and he will
Yeah.
be in traffic until you get off the show.
Yeah.
Get off 485. Get to the
He
house.
said, no, he
Let's
said
go.
he's actually
Come on,
going
man.
to sit there. He's going to sit there until you're not there.
Or the hockey segment ends. Oh man. So that's all you got going on with hockey. Is that correct, Dan? And
Yeah, we put this one up for Madison today so she could talk
Yeah.
about her stuff. We'll get back into it next week.
only thing I got on hockey, and I think me and you talked
Calm
about
down,
this
Dan.
morning.
Come on, Daryl. What the hell?
Oh, calm down.
Scared.
Get your ass to the house. Get on. Let's go. We can talk. Whoa. Whoa. Come on. Let's sing it.
Get the lyrics right.
I mean, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to hear the song.
Hey, there's only one game, man. He said, "I'll be right there."
I don't give a shit. I've been
So
listening to this stuff.
We are being kidnapped by
playoffs
this
last
fucking
year.
guy.
I've been listening to this shit.
This fucking guy won't leave till you sing the song.
I mean,
See, you got to get it, man.
I heard this shit all last
And-
year.
and he is dead fucking
us.
serious.
All right, motherfucker. Here we are.
Sing, Dan. Sing.
Let's go. Yeah, I mean, I'll find the Andrew K song if you want me to play it.
No, I'll play it. No. Oh,
No?
real quick. We'll. I promise you. I'll let you and D square off with the Rangers and the Penguins. Let me go a little bit to some of the MLB. We'll go to the Major League Baseball, where the Mets look like they have been doing a lot. DA, they signed Correa.
Yeah.
Carlos Correa is set to undergo physical
Don't know what the
examination.
hell wrong with? Don't know what's wrong with Carlos.
Well,
They said, oh, he's there. We'll take him.
right. He signed with
He signed with the
I was gonna say the Giants.
the Giants.
Right.
I think he went to go take the physical. Something went
It fell
wrong.
apart over medical concerns. The Giants was like, no,
Yes.
no can do. Hey, no.
We don't like that bump on you. Well, look, yeah, no. They said no. And the Mets said, we don't care about that. Come on in. We don't care about that. Bring it on in.
So the Mets proposed, as I'm looking at this on MajorLeagueBaseball.com, the Mets proposed lineup next year for opening day is Brandon Nimmo in center, Carlos Correa at third, Lindor at shortstop, Pete Alonso at first, McNeil at second, Starling Marte right field, Daniel Vogelbach or Eduardo Escobar will be the DH. They will be going back and forth. Mark Canna that they got from the Athletics last year in left field, and Omar Narvaez and Thomas Nido will do the catching duties. As y'all know, they got Verlander in a trade and not a trade, in free agency. They got Verlander, and now they got the old staff. So, what you think about this?
As we talked about earlier today, right? So they have a billionaire owner, right? Who's a billionaire fan, who is being a billionaire owner, acting like a billionaire fan. He's doing what every billionaire owner would do.
Right.
Damn all the forget. Hey, I'm not looking at these numbers. I don't care about the stats. This is what I'm doing. I got $8 billion. These are the guys that I want. This is the team that I have. Who cares how well they work in the locker room or everything else? This is the team. And it might work, and it might not work. I mean, listen, I'm broke, so the reality is I haven't done it the rich way before. I've done it the poor way before, sitting on the sidelines complaining. So let's see how the rich dude way works. Like, if you were a rich dude and you could have your own team and you could buy the players you wanted of your team that you love, this is what he's doing. Hey, man, this is like Major League, man. Number 3, the movie. So we'll see what happens, But I'm not mad at it. Do what you do.
This is hot off the press.
Half of
This is
lineup, though.
this is hot off the press. Let me read this real quick. Major League Baseball has reinstated Trevor Bauer after an exhaustive
What? Really?
after an,
Bow.
after an exhaustive review of available evidence. The neutral arbitrator upheld an unpaid suspension of 194 games as part of the decision. The arbitrator reinstated Bauer effective immediately with a loss of pay covering the 144 games he was suspended during the 2022 season. In addition, the arbitrator docked Bauer's salary for the first 50 games of the 2023 season, i.e. the period covering March 30th, 2023 to May 23, 2023. While we believe a longer suspension was warranted, MLB will abide by the neutral arbitrator's decision, which upholds baseball's longest ever active player suspension.
I am not.
So-
gonna get to the-
So
Go ahead,
answer me
Dan.
this: why the fuck did he get banned for 2 years?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in other sports with women and stuff.
But
No,
still,
that's the truth.
none of them ever got banned 2 years.
There's a lot of stuff going on with other sports with other women and stuff.
What was he convicted?
No, they never mind.
Was he charged? Was he charged?
No.
Then why the fuck is he banned? 2
They
years?
said maybe once or twice she dug the way it was going down. But that's outside of us here, officers. That's outside of our purview.
But what I'm saying, though,
PUERVUV purview. Out of there, Officer Dan.
but it made no sense.
Purview.
That he got the longest suspension ever
So give me
in
his
Major
goddamn
League
money back.
Baseball,
That's
and
what they
was
got to
never
give him his
charged
fucking money
and
back.
was
Give
never
him his money
convicted.
back.
Nothing.
Give him his
It
money
makes
back.
no sense to me.
Give him his money
Yeah,
back.
well, that was as of 24 minutes ago. Major League Baseball has reinstated Trevor Bauer here.
Wow.
Other news when it comes to Major League Baseball, I'll get into that here in a little bit. Dansby Swanson, he signed with the Cubs.
Cubs got a couple people.
Yeah.
The Cubs looks like they're trying to do some things here.
So if Bauer can pitch, what happens?
Meaning,
If he still got that on?
That means they're not paying like $30 million in dead money, the Dodgers, for him being suspended. So if he can throw 3 innings every time he goes out, that's a win in their book.
He's
He's
good to go, right? As long as he doesn't get any flack from the crowd, he's good to go.
But I like I said,
I know that.
Here's why he got suspended. This is a hot take.
Go ahead, Danny.
He put out how they could doctor the baseball with sweat in the rosin bag and make it sticky. That's all he did, and that's.
so you're saying this is retaliation?
Oh, absolutely. Because not making light of what the accusations
absolutely
were
not.
and all that
Absolutely
stuff,
not. Mhm.
but it was never proven, never charged, never arrested, and you gave him 2 years.
I never knew Dan was part of the X Files. I got to get Dan.
No, I'm just look, man.
Hey, man, what's your ring in, Dan?
I've
What's your ring in?
I watched the videos that he put out of how to make the baseball sticky. And, wasn't there long after he got suspended for, like, the dude bet on his own team in the NFL and only got 1 year.
Yeah.
So we're giving somebody, like,
So we saying this is a
football's
conspiracy?
only 17 weeks.
Well, we saying
This
this is a
dude is
conspiracy?
suspended for, what, 360 games
Yep.
and never charged?
Nope,
Okay.
never.
Like,
Never tried, man.
like, he's not my brother. He's not my family.
Nope.
It's
And he's
nothing
not
like that. It just doesn't make sense.
And he's not a Pittsburgh Pirate. But yet, Dan is looking into his case. The team way across the country. That Dan
I don't give a fuck about the Dodgers.
Yep. See, I was just about to say that. That's what he feels about that organization. That's what he feels about that organization. And yet, and still,
It just didn't make sense.
the Bauer case.
Yeah, the Bauer case. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell
The
you, boy.
the Yankees named Aaron Judge the 15th captain of the
Hey, can I get some judge fatigue now? Can I? Yeah, hey, Judge, you're my man. You're on my team. You're my dude.
You
But
pay him
yo,
that
I'm
much, he's
tired.
got to do something.
Okay, I was just mentioning that he's been
Yeah,
named.
but you don't make a dude the captain in January not doing nothing.
Well, he did hit the 62 home runs, man.
Yeah, but that was last season.
Did they win?
No.
No, they
Okay.
got beat by the Astros again.
Yeah, again,
With no garbage can.
none.
Okay, with no garbage cans. All right, we get you that. Yeah. The Astros didn't need that. I'm just saying the 16th captain. Thank you, D-Dub. Why you should be in here. Where you at? Um,
He's still trying to find the music sheet for the fucking
he struck
trade.
out 175 times. That he did. Yes, he struck out 175 times. Yes,
Okay,
Yep.
what did Matt Carpenter do for you?
he
Not
got
as
hurt.
good.
Okay, but how many times did he strike out? Especially in,
Relatively
in
less.
the playoffs.
Oh,
A
damn near
fucking
much.
ton.
Listen.
Well,
I'll
Carpenter was a waste of freaking air and uniform material. All right? Air and uniform material. Remember George Costanza had on the uniforms that were too big and how much too much material in the yeah. He had a big Yankee uniform. So yeah. I don't understand baseball. I don't understand the hiring in baseball. I do not understand why every baseball team does not have a staff that can find a pitcher or a first baseman or a young guy that maybe doesn't speak English that well but can put the bat on the fucking ball. Why can't we find one? Because we don't. We just pay dudes to come to the Bronx and spend the old
Well,
man's money.
listen. That's always been the philosophy of the Yankees, right? Ever since Steinbrenner bought the team back in the early 70s. Hey, I'm gonna buy Reggie Jackson. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that.
Listen,
They got so in the 90s, right? When he was gone, remember he got suspended after the Dave Winfield thing. And when he was
Yeah.
gone, what did they do?
I
They
know
started drafting people. They started
I
bumping
know
up
what to
the.
do. We got it, Dave. Oh, listen, I will bring in Dan. We'll name him Dave, and we'll say he's Dave from New Jersey. Scout, but he only scouts players that the Pirates already have. Right? So no one knows that Dan is a Pittsburgh Pirates guy because he's Dave from Jersey, and he likes to watch the Pirates from now and then. Sometime, and then we start to pick up some players, because otherwise, what do? We get a rich guy that can't hit anymore. You know.
Yep, you got about 3 years left with Judge,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's gonna fall off.
Oh.
It's just age, human nature. It's gonna happen.
Gotcha. So we'll move. That's all for the baseball talk. We'll go to the NBA real quick. Hey, if you was watching the NBA, if you was watching the Nets yesterday against Golden State, the Nets scored 91 points in the first half. I looked yesterday and I was like, man, really ain't no defense going on.
Boo.
So I don't know what happened with that.
I know what happened. They stopped playing defense.
It's today's NBA. That's what it is.
And you know what, Dan? I don't blame the players. I'm listening to Shaq on his show, and he says, "Oh no one don't care about nobody playing no defense. Why wouldn't they? Why, Mr. O'Neal? Why do they not play defense anymore? Well, of course, I got this big new pizza I'm selling right now, and it's the Big Mouth Pizza. So ain't nobody gets the Big Mouth Pizza but me. So it's the Big Mouth. And we don't play defense no more. We
So
don't care about it."
yeah, obviously they ain't played defense last night, and the Golden State got whooped on by the Knicks the previous night. And hey, people saying Golden State don't have their dogs with them with Curry and what you call that, but your NBA team, 91 points getting scored in the first half, man.
So what was the final of that game?
That's 143, 113, something like that.
Yeah, something that got turned off.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
that definitely got turned off, man. So let's go to we covered that, the National Football League, game that's going on tonight. The Jaguars visit the Meadowlands and face the Jets. Both games with playoff implications here. It's currently the Jets are up 3-0. See that game's a lot of wind and rain going on there in the Northeast. Dan, who you got for this game, sir?
The Jags have been playing well.
Yes.
I mean, they came back and they beat Dallas. What was it, last weekend?
Yes, sir.
I kind of like the Jags. They're starting to get on a roll. Like when we talked about, the beginning of the season. I
Right.
thought Detroit was getting better. I thought, Minnesota was going to win their division. And I also thought that now that they actually have a coach and not Urban Meyer in Jacksonville, that they could turn the stuff around. And, they've been proving that the last couple of weeks where they're playing a whole lot better football. It wouldn't surprise me. And was it, well, I know they're playing Wilson tonight because the other guy, White, his ribs are still fucked up from when his soul left his body. But, I really think Jacksonville is making a case for themselves, if not this year, next year.
Gotcha. I think Jacksonville should win this game tonight. It's 3-0 now, but I think they should win this game tonight. So, what you got, DA? Who you got in this game, sir?
I think Jacksonville actually has a better team. It's weird because I think the Jets may have better structure in some places. I just think the way the quarterback situation has been handled has been horrible. And I'm like, I like Robert Saleh. He comes from the Niners. I just expected this to be kind of handled a lot quicker, and kind of been done kind of, what's the word? Song time coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
Song time.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, damn, man.
I hope you brought your singing voice.
yeah. Boy.
I'm sorry, fellas, for the tardiness.
I think what you calling them, man. I think the Jags should win this game tonight. I think they got a better team, but the Jets have some places on their team where they are better, markedly better, like offensive line and defensive line. So,
Gotcha. D-Dub, we just got to the NFL segment. I'll let you and Dan have the last words after this.
Yeah.
go ahead, sing a song.
Hey, man, the season's still early. But hold on. We
Is
talking
it?
about the Jets and Jaguars?
Jets and Jaguars.
Yeah. Jets is up right now 3-0 for us when I was coming on in here. Yeah, Jaguars are hot right now. They're playing really good. but I do suspect that the Jets can pull this one out tonight if they want to maintain. So I'm going to pick the Jets at home.
Yeah, it's 3-0.
Yeah,
The Jets.
Still early.
Still early, so we'll move right along. Atlanta faces Baltimore. Atlanta's 5-9. This game actually has some playoff implications. These games are on Saturday, Christmas Eve. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're out Christmas shopping. Last Christmas shop on Christmas
Last
Eve.
call.
Remember, the games are on. Majority of games will be on Christmas Eve here this Saturday. Atlanta versus Baltimore. This has some playoff implications. Atlanta's a game behind the Buccaneers for first place. Yes, at 5-9, they're a game behind. Baltimore's 9-5. Dan, who you got in this game, sir?
Who we got here? I don't know. It's tough to say because it's the NFC South, and apparently nobody wants.
Nobody wants that piece of pie.
But I don't know. I have to go with probably Tampa.
Gotcha. D-Dub, who you got?
Oh boy! I tell you, Baltimore. What is it? Baltimore and
Atlanta versus Baltimore.
I'm going to take
Baltimore. Okay.
Well,
Baltimore's got to win that.
Yeah.
Atlanta versus Baltimore. DA, who you got?
Yeah, Atlanta, I guess. I'll take Baltimore beating them.
Okay, we're moving right along. Detroit versus Carolina. Detroit is 7-7. Carolina's 5-9. Detroit is still fighting for their playoff life. Carolina is still in the playoff race at 5-9 and the NFC lowly South. DA said Detroit. Dan, who you got?
Like I said, man, Detroit's been playing well the last couple of years. They've just been losing by a score. After what I saw my Steelers do last week, I got to go to Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
D-Dub, who you got?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going with Detroit. Carolina Carolina had an opportunity last week, and they act like they didn't know what to do against the Steelers at all. They act like the Steelers was world beaters, and they act like everything was right there on the table for them, knowing that Tampa Bay had to go to Cincinnati to get a game, and they still. So Detroit definitely. They playing with more the whole energy with Detroit. You just see it shift. It seemed like they figuring it out how to win and winning ball games. So I'm going with Detroit.
Gotcha. I'm going with Detroit too. Next game, Buffalo against Chicago. This really has no playoff implications. Buffalo just got to keep winning to stay in front of the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. New Orleans goes to Cleveland. This also has no playoff implications. Both teams, New Orleans 5-9, Cleveland 6-8. We'll move right along. Seattle who's 7-7, face the Kansas City Chiefs who are 11-3, who are chasing Buffalo for the best record in the AFC. At this time, Buffalo has the upper hand. I'll start with myself. This game's in Kansas City. I think Kansas City will win this game. Probably big. Dan, who you got there?
I got Kansas City.
Okay.
I just know that they're trying to get that bye, and they're going to play hard.
Right. Gotcha. DA, who you got, sir?
The Bills.
Okay. Gotcha. You got the Bills with Kansas City and no, we already did that game, sir. We did. We're doing Seattle and Kansas City.
Oh, I'm sorry. Seattle.
Gotcha. D-Dub, who you got?
Well, when Kansas City finding a way to win the game, I'm taking Kansas City over the Seahawks. Seahawks has been a great story, 7-7 with Geno Geno Smith, but I don't think they're beating Kansas City in Kansas City.
Gotcha. We'll go to the Giants. We'll go to Minneapolis face the Vikings.
Gotta win this one.
Giants are 8-5-1. Vikings are 11-3.
Gotta win this one.
D-Dub, your team. Who you got?
Hey, Giants got about a 30% chance. Matchup predictor. They could beat my Minnesota. So you don't know what type of Minnesota team you're gonna get at home.
No.
They haven't been that great. So
No.
I mean, even though they're 7-1 at home, but even still, they haven't been like world beaters. So if they could possibly keep Justin Jefferson in check, try to find somewhere else for Cousins to beat the Giants. Giants defense last week was awesome, so we'll see. I'm gonna pick the Giants. You gotta win.
Gotcha. Dan, who you got? Who you picking? Who you picking there, sir?
I'm going Giants. In the words of Mikey Mills, Kirk Cousins is gonna be Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Is this the weekend off for him? But I think the Giants can pull it off.
Gotcha. DA, who you got, sir? Giants face Minnesota. The Vikings.
I'll go with the Minnesota Vikings. Someone has to go with Dalvin. I'll go with Dalvin.
Gotcha. We'll move right along. I'm picking the Giants. Giants should win this game. Not should win this game, but it's a winnable game.
Like I said, it's been several weeks since you two had the Giants gear on. So
No. I wore the Giants. I wore the hat the other day.
I mean, eventually you got to put the shit back on, right?
Yeah.
Boy.
I'm doing a little bit of both. I'm wearing our stuff and whatchamacallit. So,
yeah, boy. I don't.
Giants will handle business.
Yeah. Cincinnati travels to Foxborough to face the New England Patriots. Cincinnati's 10-4. New England 7-7. New England's fighting for their playoff life after what they did on Sunday, with being too smart for their own good, not going down and going to extra minutes, overtime. Dan, who you got in this game between Cincinnati and New England?
I got Cincinnati, but I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck happened last week. Because Bill Belichick would never call that kind of play and let his players do that. I'm surprised the guy, is still on the team that threw that back.
I'm with you.
I just don't get it.
I think this was Bill Belichick's call, though.
He must be high because
That's because he didn't cut him.
Because they had overtime. Why are you doing that shit when I have no fucking idea. But I think Cincinnati's still going to beat them.
Gotcha. DA, who you got?
This is kind of a toss-up.
Okay, I'll come back to you. D-Dub, who you got? Go ahead.
I was going to say, since.
Okay, you sure? You good?
Yeah, you got.
I mean, we're not making us a
major money on this game, man. Bucky, you got you.
Yeah,
He looking down the betting slip. He's like,
last 3 weeks have not been good, fellas. Not been good at all. Not
okay.
been good, so.
all right.
I mean, we could give you time, DA. I mean,
Yeah, D-Dub, go ahead, man. We'll circle back to you, man. D-Dub, who you got?
Yeah,
Look,
Kev.
look
Yeah,
at
New
my
England was
stats.
terrible, man. That was awful. I don't know what happened in that game, but that was a game that even going to overtime, you know what I'm saying? They could. I'm not sure if they would have won or not, but the way that happened, it's almost if they shouldn't even have a loss in that column because
Yeah.
there was just no way in the world. But anyway, they 7-7. They're playing Cincinnati, a hot team. I don't see them. I see Cincinnati could go in there and get the win on the road, taking Cincinnati.
Gotcha.
I don't think the coach has anything for him.
Okay. So you taking Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm rocking with Cincinnati too. Houston versus Tennessee. Not much playoff implications. Tennessee should win that game. Washington goes to San Francisco Saturday, 4:00 game. DA, this is your team. Who you got?
Us. And us.
Okay. Gotcha. D-Dub, who you got?
Chase to be back.
Yeah, man. I'm going San Francisco. San Francisco should handle business. Washington takes this L. Giants take a win. I think we'll be able to get in.
Okay. I'm taking the Niners. I think the Niners should win this game. Yeah, I think the Niners should win this game against the Commanders. Dan, who you got?
I got Niners. I just don't think that Washington can keep up with their scoring, even with the backup quarterback. He's been playing well. They've been, limiting his throws. I see the Niners winning this.
And Kev, not to mention that I had picked Washington to win last week, but after watching their offensive line that couldn't block nobody, seems like now they're going against the San Francisco defense. Yeah, I don't see them pulling off this win. San Francisco definitely get the win.
Gotcha. We'll go to the next game. We've got Philadelphia. This is a 4:25 game. Also, goes to Dallas. Philly's 13-1. Dallas is 10-4.
I'm going with the mustache.
Well, who's got the mustache?
Micho.
Who?
Micho.
Minshew.
Yeah.
Is Minshew playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hurts is ruled out.
Hurts is ruled out.
Okay, they did call Hurt. Okay. Minshew. All right. Dan, who you got?
I don't know. Even with Minshew in there, the way Dak's been playing the last couple of weeks and giving up points, this is a fucking hard game to pick. I'm going to go Dallas. I just think that, you're not going to go into the playoffs with just one loss. I think they need to lose to figure out how to win again or get that hunger again.
Right.
So I'm going Dallas.
Gotcha. Okay. I think the Eagles will overcome. They got offense. I think the Eagles will overcome and they'll beat the Cowboys. D-Dog, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Even with the Hurts being out, I think what's my man Minshew? Mm-hmm. He's been a quarterback before, so it's not like they're not missing nothing as far as he's capable. And Dallas on the back end,
I don't like Dallas.
Huh?
So I don't like Dallas.
Yeah, I don't like him either. I don't like Dallas. I don't like Dallas that he throws the ball to the other team. They hurt on the back end. And, again, that offensive line, everything is good with Philadelphia. There's nothing really other than the quarterback right now. But Minshew is capable of getting the job done. So I'm going with the Eagles. They're going in and shut up the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm rocking with the Eagles, too. Next game, not a lot of playoff implication, man. But hey, rest in peace, Franco.
Dan with his hand up for something. I don't know what he's doing.
Okay, I'm sorry, Dan. Dan, who you got? I'm sorry, Dan. Go ahead, Dan.
No. Sorry. Shorthanded goal by the Penguins. It's 2-2.
Okay, Dan with the play-by-play with the Penguins and the Canes. Not a lot of with this game, the Vegas against Pittsburgh. Rest in peace to Franco Harris. He passed away yesterday.
Franco,
Um,
I got his autograph.
I just
Back
have
in
to
the
say
days.
it's sad
yeah,
that he passed and didn't make it to Saturday
didn't make it to Saturday.
because
Go ahead, Dan. Take away. Saturday is what, the anniversary, the 50th anniversary.
50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, and there was been a lot made about this, about did he catch it or didn't, and
Hey, caught it.
and I like, if you look at the one camera angle they always show, you can't tell one way or the other because it's not that great. But they had an end zone view that I saw that Terry Bradshaw had, commented on, that like, oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he absolutely caught it. He caught it about just below his knee before, it wasn't even close to hitting the ground.
Right.
But, the dude was a great person for the community. And, it sucks that he didn't make it to it. Thoughts and prayers to his family. As a Steeler fan, lifelong, that I grew up watching him play. And, those teams play. It just sucks.
Yeah, I was shocked when I heard Mad Dog Russo just interviewed him the day before at 5:00 in the afternoon, and
And Russo probably fucked up the interview.
so we'll move along. Green Bay.
That's right, Russo. You got beef with me, Mad Dog.
Green Bay goes to Miami, faces the Dolphins, who need to win. I'm picking the Dolphins. Green Bay season has been over. The games are Sunday at 1:00. These are the Christmas Day games. There's only 3. So, D-Doe, you got.
Yeah, I'm taking who am I taking? This is
Who's chewing gravel?
gravel
Who?
chewer.
I said, who's chewing gravel?
That's
Who you
me,
got, man?
sorry.
That's probably the best game going on Sunday, right? I mean Saturday. What's a Saturday game? Something like this. Christmas
This is a
got me all
Sunday game.
jacked.
That's a Sunday. That game is the Sunday game at 1:00.
That's a Sunday at 1. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Miami. Miami should handle business. Green Bay is, they got to win last week, but I don't think they got enough to go ahead and take out Miami. I mean, they could win, but I don't think they're gonna win.
Right. Dan, who you got?
I'm probably going to be a little off on this, but I'm going to go with Green Bay. I just think that, Rodgers wants to finish out the season well. And I think that, the way they played last week, it was a step in the right direction. I think Miami's kind of struggling right now the last several weeks.
You on the mushrooms.
So I'm going to go Green Bay.
Mushrooms.
We'll see. We'll see on Monday.
Got you, D.A. D.A., who you got?
Miami.
Got you.
That game.
And the other games, none of the games left mean anything. Denver against the LA
Who cares?
Rams,
Denver.
Tampa Bay against Arizona. Tampa Bay is in first place, but act like they're not. And the Chargers, who are 8-6, face the Indianapolis Colts, who are 4-9-1, who benched their quarterback today.
Nick Foles is going to play.
Yeah.
They might have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what Nick Foles does. That's what.
Indianapolis bench.
Great
Matt Ryan?
backup.
Yep. They benched Matt Ryan. Correct.
Yeah. Well, it's probably long past due.
Wasn't his fault. Wasn't his fault last week though.
How do you
that's
give up
just Saturday,
39 points and not score a point in the second half? And
That was
lose?
his fault.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
Jeff Saturday had to answer for that one, and
hey,
He said,
he'll probably be.
let's
back
go back
in-
to the
he'll
Super
be-
Bowl when Matt Ryan lost 28-3.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's not the coach.
Well,
They got to put
No,
they got to
on
put
the- on-
points up.
On the contrary, I think
No,
it's a little bit of
All
both.
they had to do was kick a field goal and they won this game in the second half. And they
Atlanta,
couldn't put any.
in Atlanta, that wasn't his fault.
No.
That's like I'm calling the coach
Oh,
on that
come
one.
on, come on!
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
even
yeah,
put that
D.
shit.
They're gonna throw that on Shanahan.
No, I'm gonna throw that on the coach. Matt Ryan was
Nah.
good enough. There's no way in the world,
He
no
was
way in
good
the
enough to get
world
the lead.
that
But
You got to
Atlanta
score
should have
points,
lost that
man.
game.
You got to kick field
You're right.
goals, do whatever.
You're right.
just-
Well,
You can't give up 39 points in the
Well, that's-
second half.
I can't
Up
put that
33 nothing.
on. I can't put that on Matt Ryan
I
like that.
totally agree with you guys that that's another thing I think in the new year that we have to maybe do a little tutorial for these nitwits on TV that believe that Tom Brady is actually playing against Aaron Rodgers, where he's
It's a
actually
team game.
playing against the defense.
It's a fucking
Right.
team
So-
game.
You know,
Correct.
I think we have to, at some point in time, figure out how we put the team back into these team games, and people understand that.
Oh.
But
I could tell you right now what it is.
Go ahead.
Is everybody is a fantasy guy and they got their guys on their team and that's all they give a shit about.
Yeah.
And a lot of these players are in the same boat where they're worried about what points they're putting up, not
Well, good
winning.
thing Eric is doing here right now. Because we sure enough can't have a casual fan being a casual fucking athlete on the casual fucking team. That don't make sense.
But I mean, I think that's a lot of what's like. That's what made it hard for me to watch football. Was I got in fantasy league, and I don't give a shit who wins. It's just what does my guy do? So I quit playing it because I don't care about that. I want my team to win. I don't care.
That's
who gets
exactly
the
why I
points.
stopped playing it.
This is my
Yeah.
last year.
I think fantasy has done a worse job as it's taken
Nerds!
away.
Oh,
It's taken away from the game more
Yeah,
than I
because
think
players are worried about points and
Yeah.
what they're doing and catches and this, that, and the other. And
Well, we're gonna see.
they don't care about winning.
Along with the sports gambling as well. It's not. I don't think it's really good. But who am I? So that's a whole nother topic that we could address in 2023.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can broach. We're gonna have Dan and D Dub with their parting shots. They square off, but Dan has something to say to D Dub. D Dub, they said he was waiting in traffic.
Yeah, well, I understand he wants me to sing. That's fine.
I don't hear you.
Hey guys, the Penguins
What?
played
What?
well yesterday.
What?
They played well, man. 3-2. We lost 3-2, brother. That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
But
this.
but
I'm gonna say
you-
this.
You guys look good, and we'll see you down the road.
I don't know how to shut that off. Okay. Anyway, but
Here comes the Madison for Pryor. He scores! Oh, what a beauty!
yeah. That was the only good goal you. Okay, so we're gonna break this down. All right, the first goal you guys scored went off our defenseman, weak backhander, hit him in the forearm, and went in the net. The only
Yeah.
good goal Trocheck, which is a Pittsburgher, came in and made a fucking beautiful move on the defenseman and just walked his ass. And then he waited for Ruedel to drop down and passed it over to Kreider. And thank God he didn't miss that because that was a gimme. But other than that, like Shesterkin, he did not look good. And we've talked about this before.
Well,
That
he's not.
he played great last year.
Last
this
year,
year-
yes.
This
He's
year,
not the same.
he's not the same
But-
dude. Because the goal that we scored, that Crosby scored, and Kevin, I think we talked about this. The first goal, Malkin scored on the power play. There was no screen in front of him. He went to the right post Malkin shot it back to the left post, and it was like he actually moved on purpose so he could score. If you look at the replay, he went the entire wrong direction of where the shot went, and it looked bad. And then Crosby's and Getzel's 2-on-1, he just pocketed that right through the 5-hole, got him open the legs, and
Shout out
it
to
didn't
Sidney
look good
Crosby.
either.
18
Yeah,
goals in
so-
the season.
Between the wickets.
So it didn't look good, and like I said, I don't know this year that maybe he doesn't have the backup that he had last year that was pushing him to make him play great all the time, or now that he doesn't have that guy pushing him, he's kind of relaxed knowing that it's his job, that he's not the same dude.
I agree. But again, I still want to say it's still early. I mean, y'all had that man advantage with Malkin and Russ. Each scored. So I mean, hey.
Oh, that tip that Russ had was, whether it was luck or not, but that was a beauty, absolute
Oh, yeah.
beauty. Yeah. And then what cracked me up was Lindgren cross-checked him in the back, and he got up to go after him after he scored, and the Penguins that were on the ice grabbed him like, no, you're good, we scored, fuck it. But he wanted to go after him.
Right.
But yeah, it was a good game.
Igor scored. I mean, Igor, he stopped 21 shots last night. I mean, he played decent, but
I mean, you guys as a team have been playing much better than you have.
than the start of the season, right?
Well, I think the game that Trouba got in a fight and threw his helmet off the glass,
yeah,
and he was yelling at the bench.
What was that?
Like,
That was
wake
against.
the fuck up.
Was that against Chicago? I think that was the Blackhawk game too.
I think so.
Yeah.
But I think that kind of woke them up. Like, hey, we got to get our shit together, and they've been playing better since.
18-11, and 41 points. I mean, hey, they still in the mix. Carolina's top dog, along with Jersey.
Jersey's on
points.
the downtrend.
Well, they
okay.
They've been strong. They beat Florida the other night, and I guess there was something going on with Heischer and what's his name? Hiberdeau, I think it was, on a face-off where he cross-checked him in the leg, and he hasn't played since. So the other night, after they scored the empty netter, T'Chaka went after him as the coward and pussy he is, and tried to do. Oh, dude, don't even like. Here's my thing: is like Calgary traded him to Florida for Hiberdeau and Uyghur. Both of these teams are ass. Neither one are in the playoffs.
Right.
So who won the trade? Nobody. The big thing is you need chemistry. Top six forwards, you got to have chemistry. If you don't have that, you're not going to go far. And that's what we're watching right now. Florida has been ass all year. So is Calgary. So, like, they had chemistry when they had the players.
Right.
And they decided to switch them, or trade them. And since then, both teams haven't done anything. So we'll see. We'll see what, once we get to the end of the year, if they can figure it out. But as of right now, neither team is doing well.
And Dan, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
We're about to get into the same cup of crap with the NBA making trades that you think matter but won't matter. You're going to trade somebody that didn't want to be a player here, and you're not going to be a player there. Me and the coach, we're not cool anymore. We don't. I can't do it anymore. Okay.
Well, it all boils back to the same thing. You don't have to have the most talented players in any sport. As long as they work together, like in basketball, you have your 6th, 7th man or whatever. If they can come in and work with what they got, that's important. In hockey, you got different lines. So if they have the chemistry, They might not be the most talented guys, but as long as they're the most hardworking guys and keep playing hard, good stuff will happen. And that's
True.
I think even in football, you don't like Purdy. He's the third choice at quarterback. But
Don't worry about him.
but if he follows the system and plays the way that they want him to play, as long as you have that chemistry, as long as you have the chemistry, shit's gonna work out.
He'll be standing upright by the end of the game this weekend. Don't worry.
Yep. We're gonna shift real quickly to parting shots. We'll start with Dan. Dan, what you got there for us, sir?
No, I just want to say great show. Miss Eric and Mikey here. Shout out to Madison for being here. Had a lot of good information. Embarrassed me a little bit, but that's okay. But everybody be good. Take care of each other.
Yes, sir. Dan, what you got? Real quick.
Same thing, man. Thanks, Madison, for coming. Had a great time. I learned a lot about youth ice hockey, co-ed leagues, and I actually think they keep that up. And I'm not sure where they get the funds being raised for that, but I would love to, put my billions into it. Billions of dollars into it.
Thank you, DA. D-Dub, what you got?
Yo, I'm sorry I missed the first part of the show. I'm sorry I missed Madison, but I heard a little bit of her. Dan did a tremendous job.
Yes, he did.
And other than that, man, good show. Merry Christmas to everybody. Rangers just scored, so it's 3-3, and then at the Garden playing the Islanders right now.
Last time they faced the Islanders this year. Did you know that? Ain't that crazy?
No,
Go Islanders.
Where's the Islanders going?
No, they're not going nowhere. This is the last time they face each other this year.
It's that
3 times.
bullshit.
Oh, that's it? That fast?
Yep,
That's it.
It's a bullshit schedule.
Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody, and all the kids and everything. Enjoy. And enjoy with family, friends, and all that good stuff.
No drinking and driving.
No drinking and driving, definitely.
Stay home and drink. Forgot to.
Hey, matter of fact, hold on, Kev. Speaking of that, I just read New York City looking to change it from 0.8 to 0.05.
You heard that?
So they looking to decrease it. So
if you got bad breath,
you take a Listerine.
And Listerine is going
to get
you locked up.
Yeah, blow, 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 blow. Sorry. Point shot.
No drinking and driving. Y'all good. Hey, everybody have a good one.
Yeah. Thankful everybody coming on. Wish you all, Mike Mills and the Angry One, Eric. Appreciate you, Madison. Madison, thank you so much for coming on, giving us your thing about youth hockey and what's going on in the world of hockey with the young ladies. Dan, her dad, and our hockey, and he was our hockey dude. Dan did an awesome job, man. Madison has turned into a wonderful young lady, and we appreciate you. And I can see how you imparted her
the influence,
the Penguins and stuff like that. So
I didn't influence anything.
Yeah, right. Whatever, man.
Dude, I got her figure skates. I wanted to be a figure skater.
Well, now she's body checking and coaching like she's what you call it? So.
Tortorella,
yeah.
The kids are gonna be coming to you, Mr. Dan. Coach is not letting me play. All right. I'll talk to Coach later.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, we're gonna get out here. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate. Hey, just be safe. Like D-Dub said, don't drink and drive. New York, y'all better watch out because 0.5. Yeah, Listerine get you. Blow, 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 blow.
I miss those words.
Oh,
Jesus.
Wow.
No. On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin O'Warren, your host and moderator. That's Daryl D. Warren, Dan, our hockey dude, the DA, man. Yo, this is a Sports Chasers podcast. Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday at 4th and Short. Y'all be good. Later.
Those
Be blessed.
police jokes.